Her words struck me completely off guard. Words I never imagined hearing from the woman I loved. The day at work had been relentless, every moment weighed down by exhaustion and stress, like wading through a thick, suffocating fog. All I longed for was to come home, to find some peace, a quiet smile, a comforting glance, anything to ease the heaviness inside me. Instead, what greeted me was a blow far harsher than I expected. As I gently opened the door, her laughter floated through the room. Light, carefree, almost innocent. For a moment, I thought she was simply enjoying a playful conversation. Then came the words, sharp, biting, unforgiving. "He can't even last 5 minutes in bed," she chuckled, as if it were some harmless joke. But to me it hit like a bolt of lightning. I froze, my hand gripping the doorknob so tightly it felt as though my fingers might snap. My breath caught deep inside my chest. It wasn't just the sting of her statement. It was the ease of her cruelty, the casual way she stripped me bare. A heavy ache of betrayal and humiliation tightened around my heart like a vice. I stood there, rooted to the spot, motionless, as the warmth seemed to drain from the air around me and the walls of the house closed in. My mind raced with 1,000 questions. How long had she been thinking this? Who else had she shared it with? Was this really how she saw me now? Part of me wanted to confront her, to demand answers, to plead for some kind of understanding. But I knew that would only deepen the chasm between us. So instead, I slipped away quietly, retreating to the bathroom, closing the door behind me with gentle care. Sitting on the edge of the bathtub, I let the weight of her words settle on me. Suffocating, sharp, a wound of rejection cutting painfully deep. Yet beneath the hurt, a quiet fire began to kindle, a fierce determination growing inside me. If she thought I was weak, I would prove her wrong. The next day, I said nothing about what I had heard. No accusations, no confrontations. Instead, I started making small changes, subtle enough that they might go unnoticed. I began going to bed earlier, giving my body the rest it desperately needed. I swapped fast food for nourishing meals, shedding the habits that had drained my vitality. I dusted off my old running shoes and joined a nearby gym, stepping into a world of clanking machines and heavy weights, feeling awkward but resolved. The journey was grueling. My muscles ached in protest, every soreness a painful reminder of how far I'd drifted from the man I once was. After long, exhausting days, the urge to collapse onto the couch was overwhelming. But I kept pushing, driven by a promise I made to myself. This wasn't about proving anything to her, or anyone else. It was about reclaiming who I had lost. Slowly, the changes began to show. In the mirror, I saw a leaner body, a steadier step, a spark of energy I hadn't felt in years. Along with it came a quiet confidence. I noticed her watching me differently. One night over dinner she looked up and said softly, "You seem different lately. What's going on?" I smiled, careful not to reveal too much. "Just taking better care of myself," I replied lightly. Her eyes held a flicker of surprise, as if she was meeting a version of me she hadn't known before. With time, the tension between us began to soften, like a tightly wound knot slowly unraveling. The sharp jabs ceased, replaced by silence, a tentative understanding that neither of us voiced aloud. I sensed her attitude shifting, even if the words never came. Then came a night that changed everything. The house was quiet, just the two of us, while the outside world faded away. I played a song she loved, its gentle melody filling the room, and lowered the lights to a warm, inviting glow. I took my time tuning into her. Every gesture, every breath, every subtle sign. I wanted her to feel me fully present in that moment. Something inside us broke open. The walls we'd built fell away, and we found each other in a way that felt like coming home. Afterward, there was no bitterness, no harsh words, only a meaningful silence that spoke volumes. Our eyes met, and I saw something new there. Respect, maybe even admiration for the man I was becoming. I never brought up the cruel comment she made, and she never mentioned it either. But I knew the mocking laughter had ended. More importantly, I had silenced the doubts that once gnawed at me. That night wasn't just about disproving her. It was about proving to myself that I could rise again, stronger and more confident than before. For the first time in a long while, I stood tall, not just in her eyes but in my own.